Hello, my perfect Pisces, and welcome to your weekly energy reading. This is just a general reading, so please do take what resonates and toss the rest. Also, if you haven't had a chance to check out my other readings on my channel, please do so. And if you enjoy them, like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, leave me a comment, all that kind of great stuff. I'd greatly appreciate it. And otherwise, we will go right ahead and get in here to your weekly reading, see what your week and next weekend might look like. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell because I will be putting up love readings this week. So if you have any love questions that maybe you need an answer to, maybe you can get that from my reading. So, alrighty, starting out, we have Devil Energy. You probably already know this. Most of the time, people see that Devil Energy card, they're like, oh, I already know who's my nemesis, right? But again, for those of you who don't, the devil does take many forms, as you may well know. They may be coming in as sweet as pie. So you may have met somebody recently and you think that they're the greatest person in the world and they are love bombing the holy heck out of you, right? But do remember that for every time that you get somebody who love bombs you, a lot of times they can be a narcissist who is grooming you for later. If you check with any psychiatrist, psychologist, look online, Google it up, whatever you want. And I'm not making any, medical claims here, but just, you can check that out anywhere or speak to any psychiatrist about it and they'll let you know that that is one indication of somebody who is a narcissist, is that they love to come on very strong, tell you exactly what you want to hear. They love bomb you. They give you everything that you think you need and want, and get you very, very comfortable before they pull the rug out from under your feet. So if you've recently come into a new relationship and you're like, this almost feels too good to be true, it's perfect, they're telling me almost I couldn't write this better, be careful, okay? Because that could very much be a devil in disguise, and you do want to make sure that you are doing your due diligence, checking them out, double checking them, check their background, find out what their ex situation was like, all that kind of good stuff. I don't want you to get into a situation where this is not a good fit for you. And it's just that time of year where we all want someone to be with, and it's, it's cuffing season, as they call it, where you want somebody to be cuffed to watch TV and Netflix and popcorn and cocoa and all that. And they're giving you everything you want to hear, and they know what they're doing. Okay, so just be careful. For the rest of you who may know exactly who I'm talking about, it's that time of year where that family member that is coming around for the holidays is absolutely driving you insane. They are doing their worst. Just be diligent, okay? Keep your eyes open for every trick they may pull, because I definitely see them. If they haven't already jumped into the picture, they will be, okay? The ex, the family member from hell, whomever it may be, they may be pulling any kind of trickery that they can. If it's that time of season at work where they start picking for bonuses or raises, and you've got that person that you know in your mind, that's the one that's going to try to say bad things about me, undercut me so that they can get the bigger raise, the bigger bonus, the whatever. Just watch out. Somebody will be trying to play that card, okay? Know that that's out there. We have the 8 of Pentacles for you too. So that's letting me know that you guys are really just battle tired and tested. I feel like you guys have been plugging and chugging away. You feel like you're getting nowhere fast. You feel like you might need a change a little bit, because you are just really, you've been at it, right? And for a lot of you, it's just simply the time of year, right? You're finishing up the year, you're trying to get everything closed out on top of holidays and on top of kids stuff, if you've got kids or grandkids or whatever, and you're just beat down, tired. Financially, you're like, probably some of you are taking on extra duties, extra shifts, extra work, side hustles, side gigs, whatever, to try to, get that extra Christmas, Hanukkah money, whatever it is, for gifts, and you are just beat down. And that combined with this kind of energy can really wear on you, okay? So if that's the case for you, please make sure you are taking time for yourself, okay? Give yourself self-love. You absolutely need it. You absolutely deserve it. And for those of you who may have come into somebody recently, again, for some of you, I'm just feeling this so much, that somebody is seeing you as a vulnerable person this time of year. They're seeing you as an easy target, low-hanging fruit. And I do not mean that in a bad way whatsoever, but that's what these kind of people do. They see somebody who wants somebody to have time to spend time with. They're, lonely, or they're tired of being by themselves, or they just came out of a bad relationship or whatever, and they can, tell you everything that you want to hear as you want to hear it. And, especially when you're battle tired and tested and working your tail off, and they can come in and be that hero, and then a hero comes along, that whole situation, and then they seem great, but guess what? In disguise. So just keep your eyes open too. I know you're tired, I know you're beat down, but you do not want to have to drag that burden too, okay? That's just one more thing you do not want to have to deal with, right? Because I see down here the 5 of Pentacles, and this for me is just telling me that you are going to be dragging burdens, right? You are carrying the weight. And so this lets me know that, again, with you plugging and chugging away, with you taking on everything you can, with you doing all that you can to make ends meet, as far as trying to probably make a nice holiday for your family, take care of all the end of the year bills that need done, and, work duties that need done, and all of these things, you really doing the best you can, but you're also going to be dragging dead weight behind you. And for some of you, I feel like that's what this is going to end up being if you're not careful, okay? And for those of you who you already know this person, you already know who they are, you already know they're going to come around and cause you strife, trouble, drama, whatever it may be, whether, again, it's a work person, a family member, an ex, a whatever, I think they are certainly going to be ones that are going to try to hit you in the pocketbook. And if you let them, they certainly will, okay? They may stick you with certain things. So this may be an ex, and they, that you have kids with, and they stick you with all of the holiday bills for the kids, right? Hey, I'll help you out with all of that. Go ahead and get the gifts, and, I'll give you some cash, and then bam, cash doesn't come, or those kinds of things. And you may know very well what I'm talking about. Been there myself. So those kinds of things happen, right? And I just want you to be very aware of what this kind of person may try to do, so that you can minimize this burden that you'll be dragging, okay? You don't want to go into a new year. Nobody wants to go into a new year in a financial hole, dragging in bills, debts, carrying somebody else's stuff that they've put on you. So if you know who this person is, if this is the family member from hell that's going to come in and give you the poor sob story, and you're just a kind person, and you're, doing everything in your power to make it a great Christmas for your family, and then they come in with their sob story, and you're like, oh, I can't let them down either. I don't want their, kids to have a bad Christmas. So I'll help them out. They'll give it back to me. And then bam, next thing you know, you're never seeing that again, right? Just know that you need to look out for yourself first, okay? Protect your funds and finances and your specific important people first, and everyone else, kind of just keep your eyes and ears open, especially if it's someone that you already know may not be 1,000,000% trustworthy. And if it's somebody brand new, just be careful, do your due diligence, make sure that you know what they're about before you give too much into them, okay? Because I do not want you carrying that burden into a new year, them totally messing you over, and then that. Let's see what your challenge card is. So we have the Emperor. And I feel like this is somebody who is a major player here, and I think they're going to be your challenge in that, I don't think this is something that, I think this is somebody who is going to be, a big advice point for you. Okay. I do feel like what this is going to be is this is somebody you really, really trust, somebody you believe in, it could be a father figure, it could be a big high up boss, could be, an older brother, older family member, somebody you really trust, best friend, whatever, but, an authority in your life figure. And I think that they are going to certainly, you know, try to convince you of certain things. And I think that it's going to be a challenge for you because I don't think that you're going to want to hear them. Okay. I think this is somebody you normally trust everything they say, you buy into everything they say, you believe everything they say, but you are just steadfast that you want to help people. Or for those of you that I think this is somebody new, you want so much for that to work and want to believe in that person so much that you refuse to see what they're really about. Okay. And I think this person is kind of your challenge because you want to not turn your back on this person. You know they've never led you astray before, but this time you just don't want to listen because you don't really want to hear what they have to say. You really just don't. And it's mostly because, you know, you want to do what you think is best, what you think is right. If this is somebody in your family, you want to believe in people at that time of year, this time of year, or you want to believe that somebody new is truly genuine when maybe they're not. And people on the outside can often see things easier than those who are too close to the problem. Okay. So you really do need to probably trust this person a little bit more, but they are going to be your challenge because, you know, as much as you want to trust them, you also don't want to believe what they're saying. So let's get a pull on the psychic deck here for your Devil card, and we have Destiny. So I do think that this is something here that it's telling you that this person is not part of your destiny, but can affect your entire destiny, right? This person, if you let them, can completely affect how much you carry into the future, okay? How much weight, how much, you know, burden, how much you're dragging behind your back into the future, okay? Your destiny is your choice, okay? But it's going to take you deciding exactly how much you let this person into your life, how much control you let them have, how much you let them back in if it's an ex, how much you let them be a part of your situation if it's a family member, a coworker, if it's somebody new, all of that, okay? That's going to make or break your destiny. So you really do need to be very, very, you know, careful with this Devil energy, even if you don't necessarily want to believe that they are, you know, as bad as you think they are. I think this person right here is going to lead you in the right direction, even if you don't want to hear what they have to say. So let's see what the Moon deck here has to say on that Eight of Pentacles and the Emperor card. And I just feel like that Emperor card is, you don't want to challenge that person, even though that's the biggest challenge, is you don't want to tell them that you're not listening to them because, you know, you really, really respect this person, but at the same time, you just don't want to hear what they have to say. And resilience. And I think this is so key because they're telling you, you need to be resilient. You need to stand up against this person. You need to say no. You need to push back. You need to fight through any emotional tie or feelings that you're having, anything that you want to believe, okay? You need to be resilient against that, right? Because just because we want it to be so doesn't make it so. Just because we want that ex to really want to be genuine and come back and be that great person doesn't mean they're going to be, okay? We need to, you know, really be cautious, right? Just because we want this new person to be that perfect person that they're pretending to be doesn't necessarily mean they are. Just because we want that family member to really be genuine when they say, hey, I really need help. Can I stay with you during the holidays? Can you help me with some funds for my kids for Christmas? All these different things. You know, you want to believe that it's just temporary. You want to believe they're going to pay you back. You want to believe all these things. But again, you have to be resilient, you know, in your own self and beliefs and what you know, okay? Because if you don't, you're going to have to be resilient in rebounding for a very long time, right? Because that's going to determine your ultimate destiny, truly. You know, if you let somebody back in or somebody into your world that's going to affect your life that much to where you are carrying them as baggage for a long time, it's a lot harder to get out of than it is to get into. I can tell you that, right? And then you're really going to have to practice resiliency. And I think that's what this person is trying to tell you in their sage wisdom that they're trying to tell you that. So I think you really need to listen to them. You know, they've been through it. They've seen it. They've practiced resiliency throughout their lives. And you know that. You know you should be able to trust them. So I think that's the thing you really need to take into account. Okay. So let's get a last general advice card here on the 5 of Pentacles and see what we've got going on here for you to close you out. All right, what do we have here for you? We have what is has no bearing on what will be. What does your ideal life look like? Okay, so exactly. Okay, so right here it's telling you what you're seeing right now, what you see in front of you, whether it's this perfect new person, whether it's this ex that is pretending to be a whole new version of themselves, a changed woman or man, right? Whether it's a family member who just all of a sudden seems like, I just made some mistakes financially, but now I'm ready to get back on my feet and take care of my family. I just need a little bit of help. All these things, what you see right now does not have any bearing on what's going to be, okay? Because they can change on a dime. That can all be an act, okay? You let them in and they can change just like that. You've seen it before, right? You've seen it from them before. They didn't get in these positions. They aren't an ex because they were great. This person isn't in this position because they made great decisions. You know, this person, if you know, this person is not warning you against this person potentially for no reason. Again, it's much easier to see from the outside than it is if you're too close to the problem, okay? So keep that in mind. You may still be dragging burdens from these people from the past or people similar to this, okay? So do not continue to do that. You can make the change. You can listen to this person. You can be resilient against the things that you've gone through before, not accept it again, say no more. I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to fall for this type of person again. I'm not going to fall for or the exact same person's nonsense again. And I am going to create a whole new, better, more positive path. Because what I have now is not what I'm going to be. It's fine to have made a mistake and be there. It's fine to be carrying those burdens for a moment, but we don't want to live in that, right? We want to be resilient against that and thrive. Not just survive, but thrive, right? So I do think the best thing for you to do is whoever your trusted confidant here is, listen to them. I do feel like this devil energy may not be taking the form of a negative person. They may be taking the form of sweet as pie right now. And a lot of times, just remember, if they seem too good to be true, it's likely that they are, especially if they have a history with you of, you know, not necessarily being that great. So anyway, I hope this was helpful for you. Hope this serves as a warning, potentially, that might save you from a lot of burden down the road. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday. Hope to see you soon.